Hi, my name is Dominique Liu-Sang. I am a community activist, a future farmer, a student at UNL, and I am Black. About 5 years ago, my family moved us from Washington, D.C. to Friend, Nebraska. It's a tiny town that's a mile by a mile, and I was excited. I was excited to, one, get out of the city. Being in the city is very hard. It's stricken with poverty. There's always so much going on. And also, the politicians of this country were right in my backyard. So I always grew up having an understanding of politics, even though I strictly don't like them. After my year in Friend, I graduated high school and I moved to Lincoln to go to school at UNL for food science and technology. I love food, I love cooking, and my current major now is agricultural economics. That is what I want to do. I want to be a future farmer rancher. My time in Lincoln has been very wavering. When I first got to Lincoln, I of course went to UNL and I felt very included because I was surrounded by people who were also new to college and wanted to experience life and be diverse. And then outside of the college life, I realized that there's a lot of things that people don't talk about ever here in Lincoln. I've left Lincoln, I've moved to Montana to work on some agriculture things, and I've come back and I can see the drastic difference in what it was like being a student in Lincoln and being an adult in Lincoln, because there's two different things. And as a Black woman, I experienced a lot of racism. I still do to this day, and that was part of the reason why I started community activism and protesting with Black Lives Matter, because for majority of my life I never had to worry about my Black identity ever. I grew up in Washington, D.C., where there are people of all shapes, sizes, colors, backgrounds, ethnicities, and my skin color wasn't the defining characteristic of who I am. Here in Lincoln, it's the only thing I am. It's the only reason people come up to me and talk to me is because, oh, I want to find out what she's like. She doesn't seem like she's from here. She doesn't fit in. And part of it is, yes, I'm not from here and I don't really fit into a lot of cultural and socio whatever beliefs, basically. And I've come to realize that a lot of the issue is that kids here are taught the same racist ideologies that their forefathers were taught, one, in the public school system through education. Looking back at segregation, a lot of these small town schools, a lot of Lincoln schools and Nebraska schools were also segregated. And those people who attended elementary, middle, and high school and college during segregation are our political leaders, our candidates, our big business owners, all of that. The people who are in charge of making sure that everyone in America is okay. And everyone in America is not. When we say Black Lives Matter, it's because our Black bodies are dying every day, because white people don't understand that we're hurting as a people. Our Native brothers and sisters are going missing, kidnapped, killed every day, and no one ever speaks about it, even though this was their country prior. Immigrants coming to this country for refuge and asylum are kept in cages and then deported or hurt, whatever the case is. So when we go out in these streets and we say, we want everyone to care about all communities, including our communities of color, and we're met with racist white supremacists who literally threaten my life and others' lives and, dox us and everything. I want people to understand that the best way you can't really reverse racism, but the best way to expel it is to educate yourselves and also fight, speak up. Say what you need to say to our politicians and let them know that they're no longer going to be in office. Those people who, again, went to school during segregated times, they're the ones in office. When our generation comes to seat and we understand that everyone's life should matter, then we will be the ones to make the change. We have to be the ones to change politics. We have to be the ones to change capitalism and take money from power-hungry sharks in this world and give them back to the people, because that's who they fund their big finances off of, are people in poverty. And poverty is not exclusive to being Black or Indigenous, but it includes anyone who just isn't rich. And yes, this fight is because of race and color, but it's also going to be the proletariat versus the bourgeoisie. And at the end of the day, like, revolution and change is coming, because now our generation is awoken to the white supremacy that is so ingrained in our society and our systems and our institutionalized businesses, that at some point it's all going to end, because we have the knowledge now to understand that that's not right. And that if you want to make all lives matter, then you need to make sure that Black lives, Indigenous lives, immigrant lives, and all other people of color feel like they matter in this country.